Ji.
Okay, Mataji.
Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Murari Vallabh Prabhu from Houston, and Prabhuji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam 7.14. verse 24 and onwards. So, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, if you are ready, please take over the call.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jayo Radha, Madan Mohan Radha, Madan Mohan Radhe, Jayo Radha, Govinda Radha, Govinda Radhe. Jayo Radha Gopinata Radha Gopinata Radhe Jayo Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Radhe Sham Jayo Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Jayo Radhe Sham Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajachaka Stotra Satish Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskaryam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirahe Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Welcome all everyday chanting. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 14 and text number 24, Ideal Family Life. Te ete shreyasakala nrinam shreyo vivirdhanam Kuryat sarvatma aiteshu shreye mogam tata ayusha. Word to word. Te, therefore, ete, all this description and astronomical calculation, shreyasa, the auspiciousness, kala, time, rinam for human beings, shreya, auspiciousness, vivardhana, increase, kuryate, one should perform, sarva atmana, by other activities, not only the Shraddha ceremony, eteshu, in this season, shreya, causing auspiciousness, amogam, and success, tat, of human being, ayusha, of the duration of life. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All of these seasonal times are considered extremely auspicious for the humanity. At such time, one should perform all auspicious activity. For such activities, a human being attains success in his short duration of time. Purport. When one comes to the human form of life, though through natural evolution, one must then take the responsibility for further progress. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.2, Enti Deva, Vrata Deva, one who worship the demigod can promote it to their planets. Enti Mad Ejno Api Ma. And if one practices devotion service to the Lord, he goes back home, back to Godhead. In the human form of life, therefore, one is meant to act auspiciously in order to return home back to Godhead. Devotional service, however, does not depend on material condition. Ahetuki aprahita. Of course, for those who are engaged in putative activities on the material platform, the times and the season mentioned above are extremely congenial. Text number 25. Eshastanam japota homo vratam deva dvijacharam pitro deva nri bhutebhyo yat dattam tadai anvashram. During this period of seasonal change, if one bathes in the Gangas, in the Yamuna, or in another sacred place, if one chants, offers fire sacrifice, or executive oaths, or if one worships the Supreme Lord, the Brahmanas, the forefather, the demigods, and the living entities in general, whatever he gives in charity yields a permanent beneficial result. 26. Samskara kalo jayaya apatasya atmanastata preta samshata mritascha karmani abhyadadayen ripa. O King Yudhishthir, at the time of prescribed for reformatory ritualistic ceremonies for oneself, one's wife, or one's children, or during funeral ceremonies of annual death ceremony, one must perform the auspicious ceremony mentioned above in order to flourish in the fruitive activities. Purport. The Vedas recommend many ritualistic ceremonies to be performed with one's wife on the birthday of one's children and during the funeral ceremony, and there are personal reformatory methods like initiation. These must be observed according to the time, circumstances, and the direction of Shastra. Bhagavad Gita strongly recommends Jantva Shastra Vidonaktam. Everything must be performed as indicated in the Shastra. For Kali Yuga, the Shastra ensure that Samskritana Yajna, Sankirtanam Yajna be performed always. Kirtayante Sadahari. All the ritualist ceremony recommended in the Shastras must be preceded and followed by Sankirtan. This is the recommendation of Srila Jiva Goswami. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Ena Bhutale Swayamarupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamcha Namavom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Peshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatate Shatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pratayite Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpataru Bhiksha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Shri Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Seeking blessing from all of Vaishnava and Vaishnavis and exalted devotees, I want to purify myself and speak something benefits all of us. Here, ideal family life is described. How Narada Muni is telling what is the ideal life. It is very difficult to follow all the ideal things in the life because there are so many things is given. One is mandatory, one is optional, one is here and there. It's not always do that. Yesterday, that's Prabhu spoke very nicely about samskara, everything, why it is necessary. Because we want to deliver our three generations. We are not pure like Prahlad Maharaj. If Prahlad Maharaj like we are pure, then only we can deliver all the 21 generation. For us, only 3 generation is possible. That is why in Shraddha, if you see, there are only 3 generation is given Pindada, Annadana, Pindadana, all. That's the reason we are not so much, advanced. Once we started advancing and we become pure, it's possible for our whole 21 generation is gone. When we say 3 generation, it is not only father, mother. It is their sister, their brothers, all this whole family. And forefathers also same thing. Like that, if you see in our family, so this is the thing, if you see, it comes to more than so many generation, it comes like that. So we should understand that how to develop this purity and what is the common things we have to do in this life for our forefathers. Why we are indebted to 7 people. We are indebted to 7 people. How to get rid of indebtedness? And some people are maybe not doing the human necessary things, our forefathers, fathers, or anyone. So they will be benefited. By doing Shraddha, they will be elevated. They may not be liberated, elevated. Yesterday, some questions were there about sannyasi who does for himself. But that sannyasi, over panth, whatever panth they have got, they do not understand. Just by doing themselves the pindadan, they will merge in the effulgence of the Lord, which is like 3 types of suicide. One is you are suiciding your material body. Second, you are suiciding your subtle body, and you are killing the soul. So one should understand what is the purpose of doing all these things. If somebody does this, they do not understand Shastra properly. Here, it's clearly written that we have to follow Shastra, not our mental concoction. They don't have any connection. They may be connection with Kali, they may be connection with Shiva. They will go to their lok. It is Yanti Deva, Paradeva. It is clearly written that those who worship which demigod, they go to their abode. And from that abode to come back to human being or somewhere, elevate ourselves, it is difficult. Instead of that, follow Shastra properly so that we understand what is the real purpose of human life. That's why here Sankirtana is written. When Prabhupada opened Vrindavan temple, Krishna Balaram temple, he invited Brahmins to do all yajnas. But for his own devotees, he said, this is only rituals. Real yajna is to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. For the Kali Yuga, this is the only yajna. So if you see any rituals Brahman does, they start with the Achyuta or Krishna and they end with Krishna because they know no one is, because Krishna is the Yajna Purush. When we give our offering, that is carried away by some elements, everything. Chadra also, they say we have to offer to first we have to offer crows, then cows and brahmanas. Most of the things we have to follow this. Why we are offering to crow, why we are offering to brahmanas, why we are offering to cow? Because they are the mediators through that. Vishnu eats through brahmanas' mouth. So we should understand that brahmanas are more important for all the yajnas because they understand. They're head of the 4 ashramas. They are the people who can take the knowledge. That's why when we want to become pure, we should be all the qualities of Brahmana, where, we do take charity, give charity, all these things, learn and, give knowledge. When you real knowledge you pass, that is what Krishna wants. That is why Krishna always worship Go Brahmana Hitaich. We worship cows and brahmanas. He loves them more than anything else. So even when Indra came, he has to bring a cow, so big cow in front of Krishna, because Krishna was so angry. One to remove his anger, only cow. Most of the time, small children, they are innocent. When we bring the child in front of, those who are angry, their anger will subside. That's the beauty of it. That's why when we take, something erratic, our own way of not following Shastra, then we will land in some other place, not the real place. We should understand why always they say Guru, Shastra and Bhagwan or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is more important. And Sankirtan. Once we understand, when we surrender to Nama Prabhu and Shastra Prabhu and Gauranga Mahaprabhu, then our real nature will be revealed to us. What is the purpose of the life? How we carry on with this purpose. That's why here the seasonal timings are noted. That seasonal timings means it is mentioned that there are 27 degrees of movements of, sun and moon. We cannot go in details of this thing because of the time limit. That is Vishwa Kumbha Yoga, that is then Hatha Yoga, Hand and La Yoga, then Siddhaya Yoga, and Shubhada Yoga, and Vaiditi Yoga. These are the yoga that's connecting between the sun and moon and the degrees, 27 degrees, 0 to 1320, then follows 26 to 40, in between 13 to 20 I didn't tell, 40 to 53, 53 to 63 degree, 120 to 130 degree, then follow 200, 293, then 346 to 360, complete rotation of that is real. So the Nitya Yoga are determined calculating the distance between the sun and moon. That is, the longitude is 13.20 distance. Then there is auspicious time and inauspicious time. We should know that whatever we do rituals, it has to be auspicious time. That's why when we chant the name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Hare, then everything become auspicious. Inauspicious become auspicious. But, when we are indebted, that is Pitra Runa, Matra Runa, Deva Runa, Rishi Runa, and Bhuta Runa. all the things are there. So that is the reason this samsara is asked us to do, because we are indebted to so many people. Once we understand what is the degree of changes, because we cannot understand unless a perfect brahmana, one who knows all these things, he will calculate according to that. Then he says this is the right time. That's why some of the Pitra, Paksha, everything is there. Is in that month, whenever we do, that is ideal. But if one accept the tithi of leaving the body, then also it is auspicious. Only thing is here, it is cautioned us not to do an Ekadashi. There are so many reasons not to do an Ekadashi, because we cannot offer non-Ekadashi prasad to anyone in this world. That is one of the sinful act we are doing. So when we do that, that will be condemned, and that then reaction will be there. There are Mokshada Ekadashi and other Ekadashi, coming every month twice. So once we follow strictly this Ekadashi and offer the benefits to our forefather, it is as good as you are doing Shraddha, because that benefit of following Ekadashi has got multiple and multiple benefits to our ancestors. So one way of getting rid of our indebtedness, of course, it's not possible. They say 7 life is necessary to remove our indebtedness to our parents and other people. So we don't know next life what will happen. So we should be careful to know what is there in the Shastra and how to follow is there. Then when settled body travels, so there are 3 types of killers. I already told. One is killer of the body, that is a real suicide. The second one is killer of the soul, that is another suicide, and killer of the settled body. So these type of killers, we sometimes do it ourselves. That's the reason we should understand, we should go to the one who has got the real knowledge, how to get rid of, how to follow the Shastra and Sadhu, Shastra, and Bhagavan. Once you understand that, that's the reason. Nowadays, when we talk with the teenagers, they will put a mute button. They will not listen to her because they do not know what is right. We want to make them understand what is right and what is left, but they don't want to listen to us because they are in their own world. So we should be careful how to deal with such things like Shastra, how to deal and how to follow it. So when we transfer the Ekadashi credit to our forefather, they benefit immensely, because nobody can stop that benefit. That's the only thing we can transfer to our forefathers and or relatives, whichever this, and they will completely benefit it. When you cannot do sometimes, in the circumstances of Ekadashi, then you should see that you fast, you do some austerity on Ekadashi, and you do charity, you call Brahmanas, you cook for someone, then there is, benefits goes to very immensely to this thing. Because our nature is, we always say, wish I spend less and saved more, wish I spent quality of time, wish I got, so much this hours instead of 24, we have got 25 hours to chant. So when we do such thing, if it's not possible, we should be firm in our decision that I am doing today. I am going to Ekadashi, 64 rounds or 32 rounds. I will spend more time in the association of the devotees, Brahmanas, calling, Vaishnavas, and serving them, serving the deities, serving all these things, pious activities you add, and that you transfer to your relative, near relative, distant relative, they will be getting a maximum benefits. So we should understand that whatever we do in this life, human life, how become ideal, whether you are idle or you have become ideal, because we have got a tendency to be come in the comfortable zone. The comfort zone, to remove that is difficult unless we understand, no, we have to do that. Sometimes we say, okay, today we'll sleep 1 hour more, there is nice weather, and why to disturb others? All this thing comes. But we stick to our oaths. No, I have to get up at 3:30. I have to chant everything. Then I have to do the routine things. Then everything is possible. Because there in this world, there are emotional healer, wealth healer, and health healer. There are hardly anyone in spiritual healer because people are not interested. The priority is on emotional, wealth, and health rather than in spiritual. We should make them understand that we are the people who can heal your spiritual, think how to advance in spiritually, which will benefit all the other, health, wealth, and emotion. Because the suicide tendency is going up every day. For small reason, they are upset because they are emotionally attached. With attachment and that attachment brings how much devastation. Too much attachment, we should understand that. So we should have a you know value for others. That is, gratefulness should come, appreciation should come, the humility should come, sense of time and plans. You are be sensitive, as well as you should be thinking that how it is sensitivity should increase, and ability to endure all kinds of hardship, whatever hardship, winter, summer, raining, everything, it should not come in our way to have our woes and our service. Then only we should take the opinion of the expertise and our ability to do more. We should understand that our real power, and it should be consistent. It is not one day. Our chanting or anything we do, our endeavor in spiritual world, devotion world, it should have a consistency. And when we do these things, then judging ability automatically comes. Whom we should associate, whom we should not associate. It is not just our mental concoction. We judge someone who is the real, devotee, how to serve him, how to get his blessing, everything. Then judging he will come, because we have done appreciation, we have done our compassion, we have done our steadiness, we have done our firmness. Then how we serve community, temple community, all other Vaishnavas, then they will bless us. Always in their, prayers, they will bless us. That will give us a very, very nice mileage in our life, and our ideal life will be nourished and it is nurtured very nicely when we nourish our ideal life. That's why when we pray, Gopinath मम निवेदन सुन विषयी दुर्जन सदा कामरत किछु nahi mora guna. Because we don't have qualification. We think always we are devotees. I'm talking about myself. We can do this, we can advise them, we can, take them back to God. It's all mental concoction. We have to pray. Gopinath, हमारा भरोसा तुम्हें, तुम्हारा चरण लोइनु शरण, तुम्हारा किंकर आमी. गोपीनाथ के मोने शोधिबे मोरे, न जाने बकती कर्म जड़मती, पोरेचे samsara gore. In this material life, we have, we have not choice, because we have desired made us to come to this material world. How hardship, how endeavor, all this goes in vain at the time of death. That is why Shastra tells us at the time of there is examination, we have to be fully prepared to take the name of the Lord, see his face, lotus feet, and Vaishnava's blessing, and our Acharyas, Guru Maharaj. All this should come as a reel, the film going from one end to other. That's the only thing it saves us from coming back to this worst world. That's why we have to pray. We are nothing. Gopinath, sakali tumhara maya, nahi mama bala, jana sunirmala, swadana nahi kaya. We don't have strength, our strength. We think we are very powerful. We have got enough strength to, swim in this sense of the world. But unless the Vaishnavas helps, unless Guru Maharaj helps, unless Shastra helps, unless the Lord himself helps, then only it is easy for to swim against this current. We are going against tide because there are so much Maya, so much illusion in this world. That is the reason we understand what they are doing to, all the research, what they want to do. They want to fool us. They want to rob us. They want to, think we are doing everything one. Now, in this world, the modern world has, started digital clone. Some people may be doing digital clone because they want to think cloning your identity. It will last immortality, but you are not there. Your body is not there. Only thing, your voice, your character, what is your value, everything is done. They want to do that. And Walt Disney, one who preserved his body after death, he spent millions or billions of dollars. Now relatives have stopped it. So you should understand, these are, Prabhupada always said, it is only a post-dated check. It will never encash. Once we understand why we have to be, comes under influence of this illusion energy of, and through this scientist. And now this digital exploding doesn't benefit anyone because doesn't have any guidelines. There is no limit. They want to create something like monster, which will be not listening to them only. Then it will destroy them itself. That is why when you see Durvas Muni and other people, when they brought the Rakshasas because of their power, what happened? Krishna's Sudarshan, they cannot tackle. Of course, even Ambrish Maharaj is very powerful. He could have tackled that Rakshasa and he would have killed. But he didn't do because he was surrendered to the Lord. So once we surrendered to the Lord, the influence of this Maya, illusion energy, this scientist foolishness, then we will not be, making any mistake to part of it. Now they're again talking about DNS and genes. DNS, they are thinking now, once we understand DNS, what is the use of thinking that who is our forefathers, who is we are relying, that has got no meaning at all. Whether we are born in last life, whether we are from the kings or we from the donkeys or anything, it hardly matters. What is now, what we follow now, what we gain now, what is our goal, what is the achievement we have done, all these things, that is more important. So it is, there are three types of tears. One is genuine tears, one is artificial tears, and one is crocodile tears. So it is genuine tear only comes when you are completely submissive to the Lord and we enjoy his pastimes, how we are fallen in this world. Once we understand that, then only genuine tears comes. Artificial tears anytime can come for so many things. So Srila Prabhupada is always to say, I am going in a jet speed to stop them going faster to hell. We have got more emergency now to stop them, the scientists making monsters and gadgets and make people, animal, and insane. People have become insane faster because of this gadget and everything. So much glued. They are the master. They become servant of this gadget. So again, they are talking about genes, and they are thinking they can break the genes quality and stop cancer and other things. They are thinking now in the future people will survive for 1,000 years. That is the utter foolishness, because the Shastra already said Manda Buddhi, Madhya Arogya, Madhyala. Everything is said Manda. How can they increase against Shastra? It is impossible. They are all having mental concoction and they want to just take our money, and anything goes wrong, they are not responsible. That's why they're saying it. That's why we should know that what is real and what is expectation and what is unreal. Once you understand what is real, then only we can understand in the life what to follow. So just talking about sannyasis, other pantha and other things doesn't help us, because their destination is not back to Godhead. Their destination only to that, whatever they, worship. Before, after that, what? After that, there are millions of years they're wasting, because they are in that Brahma Jyoti or Vishnu's, force. Then when he wants, he gets up and, then they come back. But we should not do for our relatives or forefather. We should do proper yajna in proper time, proper place, proper brahmana, proper mantra, proper absorption, proper whatever the pindadan, that is anadan, all these things be properly according to Shastra. We should prepare and we serve them. Then only the real benefit will go to that. Because nowadays, if you see, formerly we used to use, most of us used ordinary soap, which will clean us, everything. Now, there are so many, shampoo, so many bottle shampoo comes. And if you see that, they've got so many things that is known as writer budget. They've got so much budget to say the indication, what it contains, how to use it, everything. So much budget they got for the only writers on this thing. Initially, whenever, whatever, balm comes or whatever oil comes, that is only shows it is good for you. That's why our forefather mothers used to use that one balm bottle, one oil at the kitchen, one this thing. Now, if you see anybody's, even devotee's house also, there is, so many things are there lying in the cupboard, whether they use or not. When winter comes, so many things will come. But that time, when we were young and everything, only one bottle was there. It is used by multiple people, and it is, even soap also one is there. Now, head soap is different, body soap is different, hand soap is different, hand is sanitized, everything is there. But when in Vrindavan, everything, most of the time, they hand washing with the soil only, because Vrindavan soil is so much potent. It can clean everything. And water. Water is the best solvent in the world. Without water, you cannot do that. Some of the shampoos you have to, put so much water, then only that bubble everything. So we are unnecessarily wasting our time using all these varieties of, whatever cosmetic industry. We make them survive. They are going in billions and trillions of dollars. Because initially when mother or grandmother used to make biscuits, it was cheap and it was nutritious, everything. Now cookies have come, which is very, very complicated cookies, some flavor, everything, artificial flavor, everything is done. That's not the real one. And they made, it's costly. And some of the cookies, you may not believe, 6 cookies must be costing $30 to $50. They think it is very nice, everything. That's why we should not fall the prey into the trap of this illusory energy. So when barter was there, it was good. Then gold coins came, then paper money has come, then plastic money has come. Now digital money is coming. Then there is no money at all in the end of life. So you have to know that. We should know everything about what they want to do us. They just want to rob us. We should know that. But Shastra is not like that. Shastra tells you exactly what to do, what not to do, when to do, how to do, and how much you have to spend, everything they have written, how much you have to give, to Brahmanas, Dakshina, everything. That's all important. And whenever we go to Dham, we should understand that we should not bother what the Pandas are doing, what other people are doing. We are going to, for 1 day or 2 days, we see the deities, we worship the deities, and we pray for to the deities. So that is our, when we indulge in all these things, so many things, then we will be not in right path. Our mind will be telling something. That's why when manual things were there, when we are fitting, any pipe, anything. It was, we know how to do manually. Then now what happened? Mechanical has come, then electromechanical has come, then electronics has come, then magnetic has come, electromagnetic has come. Now digital explosion will come. They want everything is digital. Now they want to do digital cloning, and they want to hack, biohacking. This is all stupidity, height of stupidity, because there is nothing can change, because Lord has created in such complex understanding. When they say enzyme in the body, they say now initially they were telling 34, now they're telling 100, they were telling 1,000 enzymes are there. How it works in our body, how absorption takes place, and without the fire, without the proper fire of the Lord, there is nothing can absorb properly. So that fire comes from the Lord only. For everything we need Lord. When Samudra Manthan is there, every stage Lord was helping them. So we should understand in our absorption, digestion, assimilation, and metabolism, everything Lord's hand is there, because soul pervades everything. Such a small spark of the Lord, part and parcel of the Lord, pervades the whole body. And Lord pervades all over the universe, all over the atoms. We should understand that whatever power, that power is necessary. Unless that power is there, nothing can go wrong. We should not believe in these people's, all nonsensical immortality they talk. There is nothing immortality. They're talking about digital immortality. They're talking all foolishness, because that will not give anything. They usually want the quickest pleasure and easiest explanation and the fastest solution. Some people are wise, other people otherwise. So we should understand that in this world, there are varieties of people. Some people are qualified to become a devotee. Some people are unqualified. Some people have got anubhava. Some people have got prabhava. Some people have got knowledge. Some people have got experience. Some people have got endeavor, and they get grace. So your yukti, shakti, bhakti, and mukti, then only you can have a cakewalk. Easily you can go back to Godhead. Unless you understand what is necessary for our life, the chance is given to us. Second chance, we want second chance, then it's difficult. We may get or we may not get proper mind. So when people say work now, samadhi later, some of these things, that also endeavor to Lord only. It's a part of samadhi. We want both, devotional service and our chanting sadhana. It should go hand in hand. We cannot, replace sadhana with only service, devotion service. Both should go hand in hand. Then only real result will come. When we say history, that is his history. We should understand that each story, we learn history. What is the use for us? We should understand. Unless we follow our acharyas, which they have got, their story is much, helping us. How they follow Krishna, how they are dependent on Krishna, how they eat prasad, how they fast, how they behave, how they work, endeavor, how they help, compassion. Everything we know, that this story is better than what we learn about other history of some stupid people, where they conquered, whether they are not conquered, everything. So we should understand this Shastra, Sadhu, and Bhajana Kriya, everything is very, very important. Otherwise, we are deviating ourselves from our own path of doing that. So when we ask question about other panth, everything, it is none of our business whether they follow, whether they don't follow. Because if you want to follow, only 4 panths are allowed. So that is only take us back to Godhead. We are in the right, panth, Brahma Gaudiya, Madhva. So once we understand we are in the right path, why we should bother about what other people do? If at all we can transfer them, like Narottam Das and other people, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, how they write these songs. So it is touching our heart. When we touch it heart, we transform it. When we sing this song, when we completely absorbed, completely engrossed, and meditating how these people can bring such a meaningful songs. When we sing in some cinema song, it has got no meaning. It is only a passion. Here, the songs are very dedicated to Krishna only. That's why in Bhagavad Gita also it is said, 7 point, 17.15. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat swadaya abhyad asanam chaiva tam maryam tapa uchyate. Austerity of the speech consists of speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, non-agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. It is regularly, it is not once in a week or anything. That's why one should not speak in such a way as to agitate the mind of others. Of course, when a teacher speaks, he can speak the truth for the instruction of the student. Whenever our spiritual master instructs us as a teacher, we should understand whatever bitterness may be there, we should follow it nicely because it is for our benefit. He is not doing for his benefit. Once we understand whatever sadhus, whatever spiritual master, whatever Lord Gauranga tells us, that is only for our benefit. They are already, this Acharya is already elevated soul. They are already liberated soul. They are Nitya Siddhas. We are Nitya Baddhas. So when we in condition of our nature, we have got so much condition, we think neighbor telling, yeah, for our benefit. The doctor, when you go to a doctor, it is influenced by 5 people: yourself, your friend, your neighbor, your relatives, and other doctors. We should know that. How much intelligent we should see the select a right doctor for us. Otherwise, again, you will suffer because the doctor may not be very well knowledge about your disease, and he will go so many investigation, unnecessary investigation, like that. In our sampradaya, everything is written, everything is told, everything is written, everything is, we can follow nicely. That is the best doctor, the best medicine already written by, already told by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this Kali Yuga, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Eva Kevala. Kalau nasteva nasteva gati anyata. He said there is no other way. When somebody said this world is dukkhalayam ashwashatam, it is not permanent, it's only misery. Why we should not listen to them? They are not enemies of ours. They want us to benefit and get rid of this nasty world. And future is very, very worst because these people, the scientists, doctors, they make a mess of everything. They do not understand there is a real hand behind everything which will control it because their desire is so much to make money at any cost, fooling others. They hardly mind whether somebody dies or somebody leaving. But whenever they're leaving, they want to lure them, giving so many solutions. You go there, go this. That is why the process of speaking the spiritual circle is to say something upheld by the scriptures only. One should act one's quote from scriptural authority to go back to Godhead, what he's saying. At the same time, such talk should be very pleasurable to the ear. See, whenever we talk about Krishna, Lord Krishna, and other people in the scriptures, whatever written, it is very, very soothing effect. When we chant the name of the Lord, it is very soothing. We become very fresh. Our whole day will be very enchanting, very, we with the response or reciprocation with the other in the office, everything is cool. We don't get agitated because we already poured such a soothing effect in our ear and the heart is already transformed. Heart is ready to face any difficulty, any eventual difficulties in the life. Though that is guaranteed, because the stability is guaranteed and mental stability is all guaranteed when we serve Brahmanas, cows, Vaishnavas, everything. That is guaranteed by the Shastra. So when we follow Guru Shastra, Sadhu Shastra, then everything is possible in this world. Because if you see Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9, they say the Bhishma Deva is telling what is the occupation duty, the sun, all these things he's telling us. Thereupon that a man who spoke on different subjects with thousands of meaning and who fought on 1,000 battlefields and protected thousands of men stopped speaking. Once he started, so many things for Yudhishthira, he's telling all the classification of caste and orders of life in terms of individual qualification. Then he systematically in twofold division described the counteraction by detachment and interaction by attachment. What is attachment? What is the interaction? And how to detach with this attachment? Because we have got moha. We are so much attached to our family, attached to our car, attached to our house, attached to so many things. But we do not understand this attachment will take us where? We should ask ourselves this attachment. So we should understand slowly, not drastically, how to detach from all these things and attach our mind, to the lotus feet of the Lord. I will stop here. Any correction is there? Any comments? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
All
Prabhu.
it was such a nice class reflecting upon the priorities in terms and priorities in terms of what really matters. And we are always bewildered by the material energy, and we should look beyond and look elsewhere to the Lord's feet. And also the bewilderment is more. I mean, in the modern world, is more entrenched because of glorification of the so-called scientists and all these people who are nothing but they are professing Ishwaraham Aham Bhogi Siddhavan Balavan Sukhi. That is what they profess, and they want. I mean, that Krishna says, right, that these people will make the world bring about the end of the world. Yes, that is correct. You rightly said, and you rightly pointed out that real happiness is not in these material things, and it's in this. It's in the surrender to Lord's lotus feet, and it's very true. When I remember that, like. यही संस्पर्श दुःख यो न एव
Yeah, dukkha.
it's all sources of misery. I mean, beyond a point, whatever car, house, these are all at the end. Of course, there's a misery. Even before that, also it's a misery. Even at the time of death, they are definitely misery, and that before that also they are misery. I mean, Krishna also says that with the mercy of Krishna.
Because our heart is dynamic. Dynamic means it has to flow continuously. That compassion, that detachment, everything should flow. When you stop something, it has got a block, heart block, and you need a surgeon. So why to have that block when it can be dynamic? Lord has made our heart as such as dynamic, and everything, the whatever we learn, we should come out so dynamically to reach other people. That's what the acharyas did. Their heart was so much dynamic, they never stopped in the last minute. If you see Prabhupada, in last minute also he didn't stop. He started, continued dictating because he knows the time is less. That is why we have to spend qualitative time with association with. Then only our heart is so dynamic and it can flow so much without interruption. That is the reason we get, blocked by this scientific advantage, everything. We should see which is good for us, which is bad for us. Because most of the latest cars and latest flight, everything they tell you it is comfortable. And what is the journey time? Maybe 15 hours, 17 hours. After that, what? After that comfort will come? No, it never comes, that comfort. So they want you to spend more money in business class, other class, just to see that comfort is there. But that comfort may not make you long lasting, because it is very, very meager in your life.
That's what I was thinking. Like Krishna says, "Yehi samsara." That's what it is.
Correct.
Na buddhi vayaktasya, na chaittasya bhavana, na chahavat santi vasanta sukhuta sukha. Who is not yukta, who is not attached with yoga, with Krishna, they are always disturbed by the material energy. And if the disturbance is there, where will there be peace? And if there is no peace, where will there be happiness? They may be lying on the $1 million bed, like, and maybe riding some expensive cars and staying some big house, but the nights will be sleepless. Whereas another person who is surrendered, the Goswamis are too high. Even a regular Vrindavan resident may be having a small hutment, but he will have a peaceful night of sleep, and morning he knows that Krishna is protecting. So that is the difference. So this material thing will only take us that far to give us the comfort of the body, but even the mind also, emotion. You are talking about emotion. Yes. The people are still in the gross concept, the subtle concept hasn't come. Subtle concepts are there. It's a little slowly coming up, because nowadays we are seeing some mindfulness practice. At least they are transcended the bodily concept. The gross body concept. Yes, the spirituality part is still grossly missing. Yeah, it's our duty. And very true, Prabhuji. Your association is so much valued. Yeah, that's I remember that. Prabhuvanti Ugra Karmana. This is a scientist and this modern Vaishya and the profit-led society. It's leading them to hell. Prabhuvanti Ugra Karmana Shaya Jagata Hita. Krishna says in chapter 16. They will bring about the end of the Jagat Hit. Already it is seen that all those genetically modified things, what they're doing, and even the hormones that are going into human body, and what they're doing in bodily level itself, and they're getting cancer and this and that, even at 40 years age. All this stuff. So they do not know what they are doing. Dhanantwari gave the Ayurveda.
Yeah, we will listen to some other people also, Prabhu. What is their comments?
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Thank
Geeta
you so much
Mataji.
for this beautiful class. Yeah,
I don't know what is beautiful in that.
No, it makes us come back to reality, actually. Yeah, the scientists today are cloning everything,
Yeah.
and the quality of life is not there, but the longevity is there.
Correct.
One should let the soul leave the body, and as per the Lord's choice, and follow and surrender, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much for patiently hearing.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Padmini Mataji. Padmini Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the lovely class.
Dandavat to you. You are asking nice questions, comments, everything. Very nice.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, my questions are very, I struggle a lot with a lot of things. So sorry,
Finally, we all struggle. That is not wrong. We are always struggle. We have to help each other.
Yes.
That's the only solution in this world. When some, parat duki, that is the reason we have to be duki when some Vaishnavas suffer in this world. We should be helping them in whatever way we can. That is the real compassion. Otherwise, this world has got, only what is my. interest, my and I, we, all these things. Unless we understand what is Paradukhi, then only we can, Krishna will be pleased with us. Then he will help us.
Yes, it is my true good fortune, to get everyone's association and my questions answered. I'm very fallen. So thank you so much, Prabhu.
Not fallen. There is nothing like fallen in this Vaishnava community. We will help others only when it is needed. When it's needed, whatever way Krishna has given us, that is this knowledge, when we give to others, it might help them in some way. That's why you have to ask questions. It is not fallen. Your questions are very meaningful questions. So,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I since you are encouraging us to ask questions, and my questions sometimes are never ending. I just wanted to ask you, like they say that sometimes we meet our ancestors, when we leave the body, sometimes there is a good chance we could meet them in the wherever, I don't know which loka. But I thought that
where you want to meet them? At your home, you can meet. You can call them. Sometimes they come. Their bodies may not be visible to you, but the sound, everything. But if you are so pure, see, when some of the munis, even, Krishna could bring the dead son to their, seven son to Devaki and son to Sandeep Muni. They can do that. The pure people can do that. But why we want our ancestor to come to us?
No, that is true. No, there is no requirement. But yesterday or day before, there was a mention in the call that there sometimes one can meet them. My question is different as to how long does it take a soul to take another body, and how is it determined?
It is all depends. They say 1 year. That's why the Shraddha should be done at least 1 or 2 years. Then we don't know their destination, whether they are in Pitraloka, whether they are in Mrityuloka or they are in Brahmaloka. We don't know their destination properly. Their pious activities, their credit, everything, and how relatives given them all Shraddha, Pinda, everything. Then only they will be delivered. Once they are delivered, what is the use of doing again Shraddha to them? But if you do continuously Shraddha, it will benefit to get higher destination. If they need it, we don't know whether they need higher destination or they already reached higher destination. Calling them to this thing, because even Arjuna, everything he saw, Duryodhan, everyone is enjoying in, Indralok. But that is all short duration. Because when we go from here to our destination, there are so many cities comes in our path. Whether we should stop there in that city, there are 16 cities when subtle body travels. Yamya, Vichitra, Sotapa, Atistila, all these things comes. If at all you want to stay there, your destination will be interrupted, because our destination back to Godhead. So we should know that how subtle bodies sometimes depends on the individual, how much. Some people are immediately transferred to hell. They'll punish so many years or days. Then they will be there purified, and they asked to go to animal kingdom. They asked to something. We don't know our forefathers where the destination is there. But
so minimum 1 year it takes for
a
body.
Yeah. 1 year, yes, minimum.
But I've heard that also the person who's doing the puja for the ancestors also gets blessed. Is that's true?
Then definitely, Namataji, when you surrender yourself, when you do all your rituals, calling Vishnu, why not? He will be benefited. Everyone is benefited. Those who are sitting in Shraddha also will be benefited. When they take that prasad also, this prasad, once you offer to Vishnu, anyone will be, even animals are benefited. Everyone is benefited.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat.
Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhuji.
You appreciate. Those who have got good heart, they always appreciate whatever shortcoming is there.
No, Prabhuji, actually, what you bring up regarding technology and how people are getting sidetracked, I have a personal experience because, my daughter, she is like 12 years old and she plays Roblox, and like this is like the virtual world. They get in there and
Correct.
then they, she was asking me, give me $100. I was like, why? And she said she wants to buy a pet. She wants to buy clothes in the virtual world. So I said, do you get any benefit from that? She says, yes, my friends are getting better pets than me. I want to show that.
Yeah, there's
So,
comparison. See,
yes,
the
yes.
three cancerous things always rules us. One is comparing, one is criticizing, one is what is that? Compare, criticize, and complain. These three things ruin us, because when they compare, when rich people come in big cars, they want such cars to their parents also. They're comparing themselves. But actually, the vehicle, whatever vehicle you take, whether it's small or big, if it is sufficient to carry from one place to other, that's it. That you should be contented. We are not, racing towards others. Others may be because of their karma, everything. They may get bigger car, bigger house, everything. Why we should compare? Ultimately, that same house in our old age eats us how to go to that room, clean that room, this room, everything. Whichever necessary. Because these teenage people, youngster, they always compare. Why not me? That's the reason we should understand. We should sit with them. We should tell them in the future, after 1 year, this is going to be a trash. Whatever we take, we spend $100. That $100, if you keep in your account, it will grow. When you do spiritual things in your account, it will grow. This will just become a trash. Whether we make them understand, then that is only comes where you are sensitive and sensible. If you understand what is sensitive and what is sensible and make other people understand, then they said, yes, my father tells me what is necessary. Then that is reason. We are reasoning why we are telling them. That is with love, priyam. So we are not agitating them. Then only it will take them in the nice place, because we have to be exemplary. We bring something home which is unwanted in the future, then they will also think. And you should not, it should never reveal how much you got. You should always cry, I got so much to spend, that one, this one. You should not reveal your earning to anyone. That makes them, demand. When they start demanding, when they know you have got enough money to fulfill their desires.
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, she, pestered me so much. So I was like, oh, okay, get off my head. So I gave, and then all the things she bought in a virtual world, somebody, hacked her account and took everything. So I said, this is material world.
Yeah.
You think you'll get happiness there, but everything is gone in a second.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, my question is,
Yeah.
the virtual world, of course, and technology. We always say it's not great, but technology is why we are here right now. We are able to connect, though we are in different cities,
Correct.
different
We are
situations.
using it for the
So
right thing, na Prabhu?
yes, Prabhu. Yes. So yes, Yukta Vairagya, and also. And Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati said the printing press is Brahat
he made it.
Mridanga.
But what he was printing, that's important, na? See, if you see the latest paper or any newspaper, what it has contained, only three things. There is a earthquake, or there is a natural calamity, accident, people are dying, people are suffering. Nothing else. They will not say anything about why they suffer. They will not give. That is the reason this is all, just a trash.
Yes, Prabhuji. So we can use technology also, right? Like
That's it. You only told, na?
YouTube.
Definitely. Why not? We can print books. Which books we have to print? Some sex books. some mythology we should print? No. We should know this Shastra. That is why when we go out to distribute books, we distribute the correct book of Srila Prabhupada and Acharyas, which gives a real knowledge. But other knowledge are just, just for the few minutes you will enjoy it, and then you will trash it.
Yes, Prabhuji. My point is, like, based on the time, it looks like it's changing. Before Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, there was no book distribution. Then book distribution became because we are able to print with technology and distribute so many books.
Correct.
And
Because you are not using your brain 50%. We are using our brain 5 to 7%. When trash is not in the brain, all the gray matters, all the cells of the brain got trash. Your memory power is going down. That is why Krishna says in Kali Yuga everything comes. You want support. Now you want artificial intelligence support you. Then you will not think. You cannot analyze. Why you are doing, you cannot analyze. You are not teaching your girl how to analyze why she is asking for the virtual. Once you analyze properly, that analytic nature will come only with intelligence. When you see something, you analyze whether this bulb will really help me or it is just a fashion. Then you will come to the known. That is why technology, when you use, it should support your analysis. Not it will rule you. You change all analysis. Once you change your own analysis, then you are dependent on only artificial intelligence, not technology. Technology should be only used to assist you, not to control you, not to become a boss of your analytic nature. Then only the technology is correct. Now, when we take medicine for typhoid, everything, it will assist you to bring back you normal. But most of the things that medicine does is to suppress the bacteria, bacillar, anything. But you are fighting in the future for that bacilli. It is up to you, because your antibodies, gamma globulin, everything comes from you only, not from scientific everything. That we should understand. How much we can use technology. Where is the end? There is a definitely boundaries and bounding. There is a boundary for technology. You cannot use. You cannot say with this virtual I can heal many people. Some people may be healed. That's okay, but there is a limit for everything. That's why we are cautioning. We are not telling you should not use technology. We are cautioning you should know what is necessary. That's why Chanakya Pandit says you can take gold from the rubbish also. When Sanatan Goswami kept that stone, Chintamani, in the dustbin, because he don't need it. If somebody needs it, they can use it for the purpose. If you say, that is the reason we should know how much we can take. Definitely technology will help us, but it should assist us, not to ruin us, not to be controlled by. Now, suppose your car is broke down, you cannot able to walk 3 miles also, because you are not used to that. You are calling someone else, whatever, assistant. In old days, it is not like that. If you break your cart, they will walk. So we don't have. We are so much depending on this technology. If it fails, recently in London, electricity failed. How many hours? 12 hours. All the flights were cancelled. So you think whatever they're telling, we keep a technology in our door. Who comes, we know wherever we go. In India also we know somebody has come in. But how it helps? If he breaks it, if you know the technology to break and enter the house, what you will do? You will phone to somebody else, okay? And ask them to see. By the time everything is over. It doesn't take much time to the robber to rob you. Because we have seen in our Eastern, when the car parked in our parking lot, you may not believe, within 1.5 minute, not less than 1 minute, they break the glass, they take the belongings and go. How your technology will help? When we call the police, they say we have got so much to do. We don't have time for all these things. What is the help we are getting from technology? Many times we don't get. We are satisfied. We have got protection. But when you really depend on the Lord, Lord will protect you from all the things. Example is given when Nityananda, wearing all this jewelry. The robbers want to, what the nature did. They suffered. They fell in the pit, dark pit. Everything. So that is the reason we should completely depend on the Lord. If he gives, it's a bonus. If he doesn't give, it is a double bonus because we are not attached to that. That's why we are only cautioning technology. We are not against technology. Nobody is against. Let them do, because ultimately, when they die, they themselves die, the technology will not help them. Ventilator will not help them. Oxygen, hyperbaric oxygen will not help them. All these things necessary to when it's required. When the soul wants to leave the body, you think scientists can stop it? Any technology can stop it? No. That's the reason with caution we can use it.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Actually, technology should be used, and then we can, simple living. But the world is going so fast. Sometimes, to reach out to them, to outreach, we have to keep up. Like nowadays, because of YouTube, many lectures are there, and others are listening for Instagram.
Yeah, but
nobody's ready today.
But same YouTube gives so many nonsensical, things also.
Yeah.
That's why what is sensible, we have to use it. Nonsensical people are there. They say every minute anything comes in the internet, 370 people are watching it all over the world. Just see the power of this thing, social media. But how many things comes? How many? See, now if you see, they say orange juice is good for you. Another 10 people say you got diabetes, you cannot use orange juice. Another 10 people say no, you can use, but you can use cautiously. All these foolish things are there. In olden days, when a farmer works so hard, he never get diabetes. Why? Because his endeavor is so much. He's burning the calories so much, and he can eat so much, and he can digest. What our children are eating now, all packet food, junk food, they're interested. So not sattvic in one way. You want technology. When this technology made us, the second largest operation is knee replacement after heart. Why? Because our profession, we want to stand 6 hours, 8 hours in the office, while cooking, while washing, while everything we stand. Knee will not support that much. So then naturally we bring some of the disease. That is what we are cautioning. When you see too much of mobile and when you work in this thing, your eyes will get damp. The tears will not come. It becomes dry. Then you will have prone to cataract and other things. So technology gives us some mileage, but it takes our life also. Life is shortened. Now all the CEOs, working 20 hours, 18 hours. Where is Haridas Thakur also endeavoring? But in 22 hours he was chanting. There's a difference. Ultimately, he's become Namachar. What this CEO will be? They will be thrown out and never, listen anyone. But when someone from Apple connected to ISKCON and taking prasad, he will be appreciated.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. I was also thinking about the digital clone. If we can clone our acharyas, like maybe take all.
But there is enough scriptures, na Prabhu. Enough scriptures are there. Na? Enough recordings there. Na? We are doing all we are preserving. Na? At least 10,000 years it is preserved. Why you want cloning? See, Prabhupada once told his very, very, near disciples, go out from the temple. He punished them. Why, They said Prabhupada is the Sri Krishna's avatar. He's our Lord only. So when you're telling cloning, today you will clone Prabhupada. Tomorrow you will clone yourself. So you are, undervaluing Prabhupada, because other disciples says, he is Lord, I am also Lord. When he cloned Prabhupada, if you see some of the Bangalore people, they're, in the internet, they're putting, the justice is not done for Srila Prabhupada. What nonsense they talk. They say we poison Prabhupada. All this stupid thing they can tell. Why? What the advantage they get? Just to see that other, so much, they have done our spiritual.
Their consciousness is always, finding fault and, having
Then what is
yeah,
the use? I'm asking. Suppose you find fault your God brother or your colleague. What you get is important. What you do is not important. You may do 1,000 times while funding. Unless you can say, Prabhu, I think I am doing like this, you are doing like that. Which is better if you think? If you ask such question to him, he will say, no, you are better. Instead of criticizing, we should tell them, Prabhu, I am fallen. I want something, intelligence from you. How you do very fast. Then he will come to the truth. No, Prabhu, I am doing hastily. He may come. Then he will understand what is this. See, real success is not having so much money, so much everything. Real success, people should, listen to you. People should know what you've done, what sacrifice you have done for the society and, ISKCON, everything. They remember it. They will relate to you. When something comes in the topic, they say, no, Mukund or, Vamshi Vilas Das has done so much sacrifice. They remember that. That is more important. That is what Krishna makes us to do that. That's what our real ideal life.
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Shamarasika Das Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so
Tell
much
me.
for this nectar class.
Nothing.
Wonderful question answer. And the bhajan also you said, Gopinath.
Yeah, because without Gopinath, how can we survive?
Yes, in every class you sing one bhajan. Yeah, it's so nice.
I'm relating that, how fallen we are. We are thinking that Mataji was so telling. But really, we are somehow fallen, but we want to get associated with these songs and understanding how these acharyas, though they are so exalted, they are singing this song, they are writing for us, not for them. They are not, they are already Patita Pavana. Patita we, but they think they are Patita. See how different we are. That's the reason I want to have my consciousness, how fallen I am, how I should get up with the help of acharyas. I'm telling to myself, not you. You people are all Patita Pavana.
No, Prabhuji. I'm following your footsteps. Yeah. So if nobody has any question or comment, we can end up the call here. Okay. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुश्च कृपसिन्धुश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। नमाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। इस ग्रेस मुरारी वल्लभ प्रभु की
All
जय।
Vaishnavis of everyday chanting Jai. Partha Prabhu, I am sorry. I ask forgiveness from you, stopping you. My intention was not that, but I have to go somehow early. So please forgive me for my atrocities or,
It was your class was so as usual. Your classes are so purifying and nectarian. Please grace us with your nectarian words in the future more and more.
Please forgive me. Pray for me. I should not be rude. My talk should be, pleasing to all. You just pray for me. Okay, Prabhu, and forgive me for stopping you.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I should do it because I was talking a lot of irrelevant things and disturbing others.
No, you're not disturbing, but the time is essential because I have to also go and some people has to go. That's the only reason. Not because if you got time, we can talk so many things. No?
Yes.
Okay, Prabhu, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah,
Hari
Hare
Bokul.
Bol.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.